Hey Kipsters, welcome back to Art Excellence week number 3. This week we are going to be focused on the theme and medium of paint. The first week we were together, we focused on photography. You were photographers in your own home. Last week I showed you guys a couple of drawing assignments. This week I'm going to show you guys a couple of ways to paint without paint. Some creative, thinking outside of the box ways to paint if you don't have paint around your household. Before we go into this painting assignment, I wanted to shout out one Kipster who sent me his work. I asked you guys to send me your photos, or your drawings for that matter. Any week you can send me your work. But I asked you guys to send me photos of your work to my email from the first video. And my boss artiste this week is Brian King. Brian King, amazing work on this photo scavenger hunt. Big shout out to you and your mom for sending it to me. Not only did he send me one, but he sent me all 10 of the photos and labeled them for me. Beautiful work, Brian. I'm super impressed with your photography work. If you want to be my boss artiste and you want a YouTube shout out, you just got to send me your work to that email from my first video. Now you guys, what we're going to do today is we are going to paint without paint. So if you in your household, like Miss Tom, don't have paint laying around your house and you need a creative way of painting, I'm going to show you 2 different types of ways so you will have 2 sort of painting skill sets in your toolkit to use. Now what you'll need today is you'll need a cup of water, you will need Q-tips or a paintbrush if you have one on hand. If you don't have a paintbrush, Q-tips will work perfectly fine. You will need markers. Now these are the types of markers I'm using. You have Crayola markers at home, that would be totally fine. Any other marker will work perfect except for permanent markers. Anything like a Sharpie or that's super permanent is not going to work for this type of painting activity. You want something that's going to turn into watercolor and flow well for us, and I'll show you that in a moment. So what I'm doing here is I am essentially going to be painting in my beautiful contour line plant drawing from last video. Don't laugh at my drawing, you guys. Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to use markers and turn them into paint. Now, the way that you're going to do this is first by laying some of the marker down onto the paper. And honestly, you don't have to do this by way of drawing first. I just thought that this would be an easy way to show you guys. So lay some of that down on your paper first, the marker, and then take one of those Q-tips or your paintbrush if you have it, dip the tip into the water, and rub it against the marker. You're going to notice that if you have worked with tempera cakes in my class, or if you've worked with watercolors in my class, this is sort of like a similar effect. It's not like the thick paints that we used in my class, but more of the paints that turn into water and flow easily. So you guys, as long as you're using markers that are not permanent like Sharpies, Crayola works perfect for this, or honestly any other sort of marker that you have laying around the house. You simply dip, water, and spread, and it sort of turns into a different sort of watercolor effect. I'm not going to do the whole thing for the sake of time, but you guys get the point. I hope you enjoy this painting without paint activity, and for the next video, I have a very exciting painting without paint activity prepared for you too. Please, please send your pictures to my email. I would really, really appreciate seeing your work, and I would love to shout out some more bosses in the future. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.